Peter.
Thank you, Caroline. Does President Trump want ZOHRAN Mamdani deported?
I haven't heard him say that. I haven't heard him call for that. But certainly he does not want this individual to be elected. I was just speaking to him about it and his radical policies that will completely crush New York City, which is obviously a city that the president holds near and dear to his heart.
Welcome back. It's birthday week for America, and you're here with your host, a conservative bird, and me, Double D, and you're on the Brick Road Podcast.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. So we have a dilemma going on in New York with this socialist Democrat looking like, it's almost inevitable that he's probably going to win New York, to be honest with you, because they tend to lean very hard Democrat than they do Republican in the city for some odd reason. And for some reason, they chose a socialist Democrat of all people to represent them. This is just wild to me that he actually won the Democratic nomination.
You know, Bert, I dare to say he's almost a communist. I mean, I listen to his policies, and I know he wants to call them democratic socialist policies, but they sure remind me a lot of somebody down just a little south of Florida down there, about 90 miles off the coast, a little bearded guy named Fidel Castro. I'm telling you, this guy's a communist. He's posing. He calls himself a democratic socialist, but I'm telling you, man, he's a communist. He's going to be a dangerous person to deal with if he wins the election.
Yeah, I like it. You know what though, man? At the same time, New York, you get what you deserve. This is what you want. This is what you get. You guys need to reap it. But once it gets to it, can we just build a wall around New York and keep them away from us for the next however long he's there?
Well, I mean, I'm sure he'll only be a one-termer because after everybody else finally breaks down, I mean, dude, they've lost so many of their CEOs and billionaire businessmen that have now taken up down and that have now moved to Miami. I mean, Mayor Suarez down there couldn't be happier, dude. He's as happy as a puppy with two Peters right now.
Why not?
He's got all these New York investors coming down there, and he should be happy.
Bringing their money down to there.
Hell yeah. And if New York was smart, they would find a candidate like Francis Suarez, man.
You know, you think that like places like New York and California, they would learn from places like Florida instead of rejecting it.
No, dude, they'll never learn because they're being promised freebies and give-me's, dude.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing is he's talking about taxing the rich white neighborhoods. He wants to go after the wealthy, rich white neighborhoods. He said that already. He said that on that MSNBC. I think it was on MSDNC that he said it on. It might have been CNN. It was one of the two. I forget which one it was.
Okay.
Anyway, he basically said he wants to tax rich white neighborhoods and wealthy and add 2% to their tax.
It doesn't make any sense.
And then a 10% tax he wants to put on the billionaires. And it's like, dude, your billionaires are leaving in droves.
It's crazy.
Who are you going to tax? If any billionaires that stay there and allow him to 10% tax them, and any white neighborhoods that stay there and allow an extra, first of all, that's racist as hell, by the way. I don't know who this guy thinks he is, but
he's the Zohran.
I guess you don't mess with the Zohran. I guess it is what it is. I don't like him, Bird. I don't like him. I don't like what he stands for.
Peter Ducey has an idea. You want to hear it?
I do. I want to hear what Peter Ducey's idea is, and I know it's probably pretty good.
Peter.
Thank you, Caroline. Does President Trump want ZOHRAN Mamdani deported?
I haven't heard him say that.
I do.
Hold on. ZOHRAN Mamdani, deport him.
Deported.
Send him back to Iran. Please go home. You're not wanted here anymore.
Yeah, but he wasn't even born in America. He was born in North Africa somewhere, man. He's not even, I mean, dude, this First of all, New York, you guys got to have a rule there that if you're not born in this country, I mean, unless it's a territory like Puerto Rico or something like that, they shouldn't be allowed to be mayor. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry.
I'm with that.
Because this is what happens. You end up with people whose policies aren't even constitutional.
They come over here. They come over here and they become un-American. And they try to un-American us.
Yeah, fuck him, dude. I got his un-American right here, Zohran. I'll mess with the Zohran. F you, Zohran. F you. F you, Zohran. I fucking hate that guy.
For that, but certainly he does not want this individual to be elected. I was just speaking to him about it and his radical policies that will completely crush New York City, which is obviously a city that the president holds near and dear to his heart.
There's this Congressman Andy Ogles. He wants the Attorney General Bondi to explore denaturalization proceedings because he thinks Mamdani could have misrepresented or concealed material support for terrorism based on rap lyrics he wrote in 2017. Does President Trump think this is a worthwhile use of the Attorney General's time?
Well, I'll let the president speak to that. I have not seen those claims, but surely if they are true, it's something that should be investigated.
And
rightfully so. So if you guys want to know, if you guys want to know anything about what this douchebag is, you guys could just hear it from the horse's mouth.
Welcome back. A stunning political upset this week in the race to lead America's biggest city. 33-year-old Democratic Socialist and New York State Assemblyman ZOHRAN Mamdani.
It's so funny that those words just go so smooth together, like they belong together. You know what I mean? It's like almost like you could just say Democratic, Communist, Liberal, Socialist, and it's like just rolls right off the tongue like it belongs all in one sentence together.
Let's not forget the German Democratic Socialist Workers' Party became the Nazi Party. So be careful what you wish for, New York. You just might get it.
Mamdani is poised to win the Democratic primary for New York City, beating out former Governor Andrew Cuomo. He's now set to head to the general election, but his likely primary win is already sending shockwaves through the Democratic Party. And joining me now is ZOHRAN Mamdani.
I hate
Mr.
that
Mamdani,
smile on
welcome
his face.
to Meet the Press.
Pause for a second, Bird. Pause for a bit. I want to slap the shit out of that dude. I can't stand that shit-eating grin, dude. No, I'm serious. I just want to take the back of my hand and knock his fucking teeth in the next month. I'm serious. This guy he's dangerous. He's fucking dangerous. He wants to call Donald Trump a dictator, a fascist, an autocrat,
an authoritarianism or something.
Authoritarian,
a racist.
A racist. Fuck this. This guy's a fucking racist. He's an anti-Semite. He's anti-white, and I would really like to knock him the fuck out.
Thank you for being here. We really appreciate it. There is so much to discuss. We have to start with your.
We should do a charity boxing match between you and him.
Hell yeah, dude. I'll beat the living shit out of that dude.
Remarkable victory in the
I'll fight them both on the same day.
primary
Little
for mayor.
tap-on Timmy
You're
and
33 years old. As I just said, you're starting out at close to 0% in the polls, Mr. Mamdani. You came back to topple one of the biggest names in New York politics, Andrew Cuomo. What was the secret?
He was a douchebag. The dude was terrible. You didn't.
Yeah.
It's like a piece of shit beating a piece of diarrhea. You're both pieces. You're both still pieces of shit.
Yeah, there's no difference between the two.
Right.
Oh, by the way, the Brick Road Podcast definitely, without a doubt, wholeheartedly endorses Curtis Sliwa. Curtis Sliwa for mayor of New York.
And listen, if you plan on voting, but you will never vote Republican, vote Eric Adams then. I'm fine with that. If you will never vote Republican, vote Eric Adams. Don't vote Andrew Cuomo. Don't vote this socialist douchebag either.
No, but we still are officially endorsing Curtis Sliwa, but Eric Adams is a good choice number 2. I agree with that. And I do like Eric as a person, by the way. He is pro-police,
do you think that voters are voting
pro-American.
against Andrew Cuomo? A little bit of both. How do you see it?
I think ultimately it was the focus on the fact that we live in the most expensive city in the United States of America. It's also the wealthiest city and the wealthiest country in the history of the world, and yet 1 in 4 New Yorkers are living in poverty, and the rest are seemingly trapped in a state of anxiety.
Fucking policies.
And what we've seen is that this is a city that needs to be affordable for the people who build it every day. Our focus was on exactly that, and by keeping that focus on an economic agenda, we showed New Yorkers that this could be more than just a museum of what once was. It could be a living, breathing testament to possibility.
Well, let me ask you about what I was just discussing with Senator Chris Murphy. The fact that you have Leader Schumer, Leaders Hakeem Jeffrey, who wrote very nice things about your victory, said you'd won a very strong campaign, have not endorsed you. Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has endorsed.
Oh, look who endorsed him. Look who endorsed him. Right. Bet you Bernie Sanders is about to jump on his knees and suck him off.
Probably, dude. He probably can't wait to blow this motherfucker, dude. You remember when if I may quote Edgar, this guy's got a punchable face, man. Yeah. He really does. He's got a punchable face, man. And somebody needs to punch him right in that fucking shit-eating grin, fucking smile. Boom! Just knock him the fuck out.
Do you think the Democratic establishment is afraid of you?
I think that people are catching up to this election. This is an election that went against so much of the analysis that have been told about our party and where we needed to head to. And ultimately, what we're showing is that by putting working people first, by returning to the roots of the Democratic Party, we actually have a path out of this moment where we're facing authoritarianism in Washington, D.C.
Well,
you are authoritarianism.
What path is he fucking talking about? They've been on the same path for 140 years. I don't think the only Republican that's won in the last 60 years is Giuliani.
Right.
Who the fuck does he think he's... Fuck you, Zohan. Fuck you, Zohan.
Let's talk about your policies, your vision for this city. Here are some of the things you've proposed.
For sure.
Free buses, rent-stabilized housing, a $30 minimum wage, creation of city-owned grocery stores. It's a very long list of proposals, so let me ask you, if you were to be elected the next May.
Have fun waiting 3 hours for milk.
Yeah, I'm screaming. You can forget about a pack of cigarettes. The Democrats hate cigarettes. So if you're a smoker in New York, you can forget about that. You're going to be buying that shit on the black market up in Seneca from the natives.
Of New York, what would your day one priority
be? This guy's a fucking...
The first thing is living up to these promises that I've made, because I've made them because I intend to keep them. And in a city of about 8.5 million people, close to 2.5 million New Yorkers live in rent-stabilized housing. The mayor, through a board called the Rent Guidelines Board, sets whether or not those rents increase or stay the same. The previous mayoral administration froze the rent 3 times. This one, led by Mayor Adams, increased it by 9%. So the first thing that I would do is start to constitute a board that votes in reflection of reality. And the reality I'm speaking of is that the
reality is your socialist tool bag who's going to bring the values of another country over to our country instead of embracing our values and taking our values and using them to make your city better. You're instead turning it into a socialist regime, which is going to cause chaos, cause famine, make a upper class and a lower class, and that's all there will be.
Hey, Bert, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Do you think that this man even knows the New York Constitution? Do you think he's ever read it?
I doubt it. I doubt he knows anything about the country. I will say this: if he's not born here legally, I would deport him.
I have no problem
right now. Well, think about it. Right, if he's trying to bring over his socialist agenda to our country, then you're literally a terrorist.
In the 1950s.
Am I wrong about that? I mean,
absolutely not.
Isn't that terrorism?
You are spot on. This guy is a fucking terrorist. Dude. I absolutely agree.
I would deport him ASAP.
If his policies do not align with the Constitution of the United States or the Constitution of the state of New York, he first of all shouldn't even be allowed to run. But second of all, if you are not a natural born citizen of the United States, you should not be allowed to hold positions of power.
No.
And I am adamant about that. I will not change my position.
Median household income of those tenants is $60,000 a year. The landlords of those units have seen their profits increase by 12%. It's time for relief for working class New Yorkers.
Okay, well,
It's called
of course, the big
capitalism,
question
you
is how are you
fucking
going to
douche.
pay for it? You've
This isn't your
proposed
country to do
increasing
this, son.
taxes on wealthier New Yorkers. The Democratic governor, though, of your state, Kathy Hochul, says she's not going to support increasing taxes in order to get it across the finish line. I want to let you take a listen to a
because
little
she's
bit of what
already-
she had to say recently and respond.
She's already under hot water for how much she goes against Trump.
Yeah, dude, she's basically, I mean, her whole tax policies to begin with have almost bankrupted the goddamn state. I mean, look how, like, again, right, let's go, look where all the billionaires are going. They're going to Texas, they're going to Florida.
Yeah.
I wish they would start coming to Ohio.
Yeah.
I think Vivek Ramaswamy is going to help that happen.
Let's hope so.
And on the other side, here she is.
I'm not raising taxes on people at a time when affordability is the big issue. I'm actually cutting middle class
Even on the
taxes.
wealthy.
I don't want to lose any more people to go to Palm Beach. We've lost enough.
There you
How
go.
are you going to raise taxes if you can't
Right
get
there.
Democrats to support it?
I'm telling you, man, this dude's going to fuck around and find out.
He is. He is. I vote that Edgar the puppet knocks him the fuck out too. I want to see him. He's got a punchable face, and I want to see Edgar punch him in the face.
So I think what we've shown over the last 8 months is our ability to take that which is considered a non-starter and make it seem inevitable. We've shown that with this campaign, and ultimately we're seeing that our vision to tax the top 1% of New Yorkers, these are New Yorkers who make $1 million a year or more, and our proposal is to just tax them by 2% additional, is something that has broad support and
Hey,
will
can I
continue
say
to
something real
increase them.
quick? Bird. He keeps saying New Yorkers that make $1 million or more a year. You realize in the city of New York, that's like making $100,000 a year here.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that much money in New York. You know what I mean? This guy's probably making $3 or $4 million a year.
Oh, yeah.
God knows what kind of fucking packs he's got going. God knows how much he's fucking getting from the Democratic Socialist movement
This is the face of evil.
from the whole United States. Dude, that is a face that needs to be knocked the fuck out.
That support over the next few months and years.
So you think you're going to be able to twist Governor Hochul's arm and get her to support raising taxes? I mean, what about the fact that she says she's concerned New Yorkers might leave? They might go to
Hopefully,
Florida.
I hope they
I
do.
think it's time for a leadership that doesn't twist arms, but rather builds partnership. And I'm looking forward to having that with the governor.
Nobody
because
wants to
ultimately
be your
my
partner,
policies,
dude.
my
No,
vision,
dude, go
it's driven by
deport
an
him.
assessment of what's
Nobody
actually happening.
wants to be
the
his
Fiscal
fucking
Policy
partner.
Institute found that the top 1% of New Yorkers leave at 1/4 the rate of other income groups. And when they do leave, it's actually to other states considered high tax, New Jersey, California. So
bullshit.
it's not fiscal policy, it's quality of life. And ultimately, the reason I want to increase these taxes on the top 1%, the most profitable corporations, is to increase quality of life for everyone, including those who are going to be taxed.
Here's how the
Oh,
Washington
including for you, you douche. He
guy's a
wants to improve
douchebag.
his quality of life for him. He wants to be able, because he knows the mayoral's position in New York's a high-paying position, and with all the money he's going to make in donations and kickbacks, and
It don't matter how
you
much
know,
in taxes he pays.
even if he gets one term, he's going to be writing books. He's going to be doing speaking tours for $2 million a pop. This guy can eat my ass. He's so full of shit. Fuck this
editorial
guy.
board wrote about your proposals. They say a massive minimum wage would depress low-skilled employment. His rent freeze would reduce the housing supply and decrease its quality. Cutting bus fares would leave a transit funding hole that, unless somehow filled, would erode service. Meanwhile, the grocery business operates on thin margins, and his plan for
That's
city-run
true.
stores would probably lead to fewer options, poor service, and shortages.
Absolutely.
Mr. Mamdani.
Duh, socialism. This is what it causes. If you want to deal with it, have fun, New York. I want all of you to enjoy and get what you exactly deserve.
Do you realize this is coming from the Washington Post, probably the biggest commie fucking newspaper
Yeah, this is
on
like
the planet?
they're so far left, almost nothing they could say
Yeah.
is right.
I mean, honestly, I'm actually surprised the Washington Post say that, but obviously someone at the Washington Post took macroeconomics 101 when they were in college instead of just taking basket weaving and how to
Bro,
change your
you don't even
gender.
need none of that. This is like common sense.
For sure, absolutely. But we're talking about liberals.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
not something that they, that's not something
Sorry.
they inhabit.
I apologize. I apologize, Pat. I apologize. In the comments, tell me it's okay. Let me know that it's okay that you accept my apology. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you know how it is, dude. I can't. This is the most liberal newspaper in the world outside of the New York Times.
That's very true.
And look what they're saying.
Yeah.
I mean,
Your proposal's going to hurt the very people you're.
Is the Washington Post owned by Jeff Bezos or whatever?
not anymore.
No. Well, I guess they.
Not anymore. I think he sold it.
I think they're half and half now. I think they're both conservative and liberal.
Trying to help.
Not at all. There have been
Well,
many
that was an
editorial
honest
board who have
statement,
had
though.
concerns,
That was an honest
and what we've
editorial.
shown
Without
is
a doubt.
more than 400,000 New Yorkers are excited about this vision. And the reason they're excited about it is one that is in line with the scale of the crisis
wait a
in the
minute.
city.
How many did he say? How many did he say? Did he say 400,000? Is that what he said? He said 400,000 New Yorkers were excited.
Mr. Mamdani, are your proposals going to hurt the very people you're trying to help?
Not at all. There have been many an editorial board who have had concerns, and what we've shown is that more than 400,000 New Yorkers are excited about this vision.
Stop for a
The
second.
reason they're excited about
400,000. That's what he just said, right?
Yeah.
There's 8.62 million voters in the city of New York. That's not even, what is that? What is that? What kind of percentage would that be?
Well, 400,000, we'll say 500,000.
So
it's like 1/16th. It's
so
like
it's
1/16th.
Well, if it's 400,000 and 8 million, so 800,000 would be what? That would be 80% of a million.
It's less than 10%.
So it's less than 10%. It's actually 5% of the population.
It's like closer to 4.5%.
Yeah, like 4.5% are in support. So I don't know. He could call those numbers all he wants. He better hope that the other 8.1 million people aren't voting.
it is one that is in line with the scale of the crisis in this city. I mean, we are talking about our tax base growing smaller and smaller each day, with New Yorkers leaving to New Jersey, to Pennsylvania, to Connecticut. If we do not meet this moment, we will lose the city.
That's right.
And our proposals are ones that are thought out. They are ones that are also clearly going to be funded by these revenue streams. I'll give you an example. When we talk about grocery stores, I've put forward a proposal for a pilot of one grocery store in each borough. These are 5 grocery stores that would cost $60 million in a city budget of more than $113 billion. And ultimately, the reason that we are so excited by them is we've seen that they've worked in Kansas. We've seen that when a feasibility study was done in Chicago, it was shown to be something that was not only feasible, but pressing and urgent in an urban setting.
I love how he's bringing up Kansas. By the way, Kansas has had so many issues in their government-run city stores, and they don't have a lot of them. They don't have a lot of them either.
Right.
Most of them are the same as their state liquor stores, because Kansas has laws where they have dry counties and this and that. So, it's very religious. Kansas also has one of the smallest of all the states, has a very small population. All right.
Yeah.
And they're basically using state-run grocery stores, but they also have plenty of regular grocery stores and stuff like that. But those state grocery stores are also like their state liquor stores. So unless he plans on doing the same thing, which I highly doubt, because the state of New York's not going to let them touch the liquor, cigarettes, and the marijuana. So why the... God, he's a fucking liar, dude. He's a fucking liar.
And finally,
that's what it is.
It costs
Bird.
less
He's a
than
liar.
half of what the city's already set to spend on subsidizing corporate supermarkets without any guarantee of cheaper prices, any guarantee of collective bargaining agreements, or that they accept SNAP or WIC.
Well, you take me to my next question about grocery stores. Some executives, including one of the top grocery stores owners, billionaires, threatening to shut down his supermarket in the city. John Castamatidis, who runs Gristedes grocery chain, you're probably very familiar with him. He said this on election day, quote, "If the city of New York is going socialist, I will definitely close or sell or move or franchise the Gristedes locations." In order to run New York City successfully as mayor, do you not need the support of a billionaire business?
Listen, it's getting closer and closer, you guys. They are going to turn socialist. I'm telling you. It's inevitable. Yeah. They embrace AOC as much as they do. They're embracing this douchebag. It's over. New York City, it's a wrap for you guys. I'm sorry. Have fun.
Yeah.
Don't come here though. Don't come here.
No. Yeah, unless you're a billionaire,
Don't go to
stay the fuck out of Ohio.
Unless you didn't, if you voted for it, stay in New York. If you didn't vote for it, go to Florida.
Don't come here and ruin our state. No, don't go to Florida either. Don't ruin my beautiful state of Florida.
Well, no, I mean the people that didn't vote for it.
Oh yeah, of course. But the rest of you go to California where you belong.
Yeah, go to Cali. That's your guys' shit on the sidewalk utopia.
There you go. Go to the Banana Republic of California, you fuckos.
This man like John Catsimatidis.
I don't know if I need his support specifically, but I want to make clear that my vision for this city is a vision for every single New Yorker, including business leaders across the city. And the reason I say that is that my proposals, even the ones to increase the top corporate tax rate of New York to match that of New Jersey, are ones that would also benefit those business leaders. Because when I have conversations with them, what I also hear is just how expensive this city is preventing them from attracting and retaining the talent they need to grow their business. And ultimately, I'm looking forward to having those meetings, having those sit-downs to make clear why this vision would benefit all.
We went on your website and realized there's a policy proposal that says your plan, and I'm going to quote it for folks, is to shift the tax burden from overtaxed homeowners in the outer boroughs to more expensive homes in richer and whiter neighborhoods.
There we go. Yep, there we go.
What does that mean? I don't understand that.
Oh, it means exactly what the fuck it says. It means exactly what it says. This communist asshole is going after white people to foot the bill for a bunch of people who, honestly, it's not going to make a fucking difference because they're still going to be waiting in a bread line. It's going to line his pockets in his socialist agenda. That's all it's going to do. He's going to raise the prices on right there, whiter, right there.
So,
there's the word. I'm not afraid to say it.
So are we allowed to go into black neighborhoods and say, hey, we got to tax you guys more from now on? Sorry.
Oh, they're going to go after them next. Don't you make no mistake.
Are we allowed to go into Arabic communities and say, hey, sorry?
Oh, probably not Arabics. Probably not. They're probably tax exempt anyway, dude. They probably already gave them 7 years tax exemption just for an abatement, just for coming to the United States. Now, you could damn well believe they're going to start with the richer, whiter neighborhoods. Then they're going to work their way to the black neighborhoods in Harlem. There's a lot of fucking black neighborhoods in Harlem that are doing very well, dude. Yeah. Seriously. That's why they're all supporting. If you notice, the black vote is supporting Mary Adams right now.
Yeah.
They are not really supporting this guy.
No, he's a douchebag. He's a douchebag.
That is just a description of what we see right now. It's not driven by race. It's more of an assessment of what neighborhoods are being undertaxed versus overtaxed. We've seen time and again that this is a property tax system that is inequitable. It's one that actually Eric Adams ran on saying that he would change in the first 100 days. He's since sought to defend it and lost at every juncture in court.
And I understand you're saying we're simply describing the types of neighborhoods that would see these increase in taxes, and yet by invoking race, do you run the risk of potentially alienating key constituents?
I think I'm just naming things as they are, and ultimately the thing that motivates me in this is to create a system of fairness. It is not to work back.
How can this guy be allowed to even say that? I just don't get
it. If a white politician got out there and said, you know what, we're going to go into the Hispanic and Arab neighborhoods, because there's a lot of rich Arabics, dude. Yeah. He keeps forgetting that. There's a lot of rich billionaire Arabs, man. As a matter of fact, half of them on the planet are Arabs. So what if we start going after them for start raising their taxes up by 10%? How about that, Zohan? You piece of shit. I fucking hate this guy, dude.
I do. From a racial assessment of neighborhoods or our city.
He's a racist asshole.
Bro, you have no idea how many times you've made me laugh for like a minute straight.
Rather, it's to ensure that we actually have an equal playing field. And right now, what we see with the property tax system is one that is overtaxing a number of New Yorkers and undertaxing others, and an inability of political will to resolve that.
So no plans to change that language on your website?
The focus here is to actually ensure a fair property tax system, and that the use of that language is just an assessment of the neighborhood.
All right. You are a self-described Democratic socialist.
Oh, God, man. Curtis Sliwa, New York. Curtis Sliwa. And if that's too right for you, we'll settle for Mayor Adams. At least we know where he stands, and he's not an effing communist.
Do you think that billionaires have a right to exist?
I don't think that we should have billionaires because, frankly, it is so much money in a moment of such inequality, and ultimately what we need more of.
No, what you get is what you deserve.
It's
You
okay
get
for
what
him to be one, though,
if
I'm
you
sure.
earn it. If you earn it, you deserve it.
That's right. Those guys started those businesses, built those businesses up. The people on Wall Street play Wall Street so they can become billionaires. Just because he was too stupid to do it, and I know he's probably multimillionaire anyway, dude. You know what? I'm looking it up. I want to see how much this douche canoe is worth.
Go ahead, we'll listen to
Seriously.
it and look it
I
up.
want to see it. I want to see how much this fucking douche is worth.
Is equality across our city and across our state and across our country. And I look forward to work with everyone, including billionaires, to make a city that is fairer for all of them.
Well, let me ask you about what Donald Trump, the president of the United States, has had to say. He's had a lot to say about your campaign. He called you a communist. Because he's the president, I want to give you a chance to respond directly to him. How do you respond? Are you a communist?
No, I am not. And I have already had to start to get used to the fact that the president will talk about
He is
how
a
I
communist, but all
He
right.
is a
First of all, his net worth is between. They're saying his net worth. Well, he lives. It's not giving his net worth, but he lives in Mira Nair's $2 million Chelsea condo.
Okay, so he's worth at least $2 million.
I can't find any. Oh, okay. Here, they're saying he's less than Cuomo who's at 10 million. He's 50 times less than Cuomo, who we peg at 10 million. That's bullshit, dude. That is just some.
He can't live in a $2 million house.
Yeah, he's living in a $2 million home, dude. They're trying to say his net worth is $200K.
Okay.
$200K, dude. If your net worth is $200K, you don't live in a mansion in New York. Sorry.
You're living in a
one-bedroom
ultimately because he wants to distract from what I'm fighting
Chelsea.
for. And I'm fighting for the very working people that he ran a campaign to empower that he has since then betrayed. And when we talk about my politics, I call myself a democratic socialist in many ways inspired by the words of Dr. King from decades ago, who said, call it democracy, call it democratic socialism. There has to be a better distribution of wealth for all of God's children in this country. And as income inequality has declined nationwide, it has increased in New York City.
Okay.
And ultimately,
Time out. First of all, Dr. King,
I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
All
right. Dr. King, first of all, never said equitable.
Yeah.
He said equal opportunity.
Yeah.
Equal opportunity and equity are not the same things.
No.
Equal opportunity supplies the ability to achieve more or less if you want it. Equity divides and it controls outcomes. This guy's full of shit.
He's definitely full of shit. I don't even want to hear any more shit spew out of his mouth.
I want to, every time I hear him talk, I want to punch him.
So
every time he opens his mouth, I want to knock him out.
I think the best option is to deport him.
Yep, absolutely.
Get him out of this country. He is a communist. This is, if he wasn't born here, unless he was born here. If he was born here, hey, it is what it is, and he was an anchor baby by the old standards, we'll take it.
Nope.
But
he's just another Nepo baby from two rich Arabic parents.
He is here
from North Africa
on a green card, on a visa, on a whatever. He needs to be deported ASAP, just like those people in the universities were getting done to them, because this is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, this guy, I mean, I can't say it enough, New York. If you elect this guy, you know what? If you guys elect this guy as mayor, I suggest you all succeed from the union, because we don't want you.
I think if you
we
guys
don't want you.
Elect this guy as mayor, you get what you deserve.
Yeah, and leave the union too, and take that dipshit out in California, Gavin Newsom, with you.
Yep. All right, everybody.
Oh yeah, and that fathead tampon Timmy Waltz too.
Just get rid of majority of the Democratic Party.
Yeah, it's just you know what? We should outlaw the Democratic Party. That's what I'm in favor of.
Yep.
I'm in favor of outlawing the Democratic Party. For 249 years, the Democratic Party has been a thorn in the side of this country, and nothing's ever changed with them. They will always be a thorn. It's time to outlaw the Democratic Party.
There you go. And everybody, we're going to call it a night on that one. Really appreciate you guys stopping by and hanging out with us. Remember, without God, none of this is possible, so give the thanks to him. Also want to thank you guys, thank Double D, and thank my family. We really appreciate you guys.
And real quick, guys, before you go, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and smash those notifications. And most importantly, Bird, thank you for doing the show with me tonight. I apologize to our audience for all the F-bombs, and I apologize to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. But without you and without our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, none of this is possible. And with all that, good night, y'all.
All right, everybody, have a good one. Peace.